Let's talk about our journey through Apothecary Diaries so far. Now, some of you may not know, if this is your first time coming across the series, that the first 3 episodes were all released at the exact same time, allowing us to get better acquainted with our main MC, MaoMao, as well as some of the other main characters. In the start, we find out MaoMao is an apothecary, somebody who's familiar with poisons, herbs, and other medicines, but they're not exactly a doctor, but they're relatively similar nonetheless. However, while MaoMao is out picking some herbs, she ends up getting snatched up by a few kidnappers and sold off to the Emperor's palace. And it is here that our MC's journey truly begins. Now, at first, she is just a mere low-class worker within the palace, just doing her best to not garner attention, just do her work, earn her money so that she can pay for her freedom within a couple of years. However, an issue arises within the palace, a rather serious one. So, MaoMao ends up deciding whether or not she should try to assist with this situation that has arisen. In the end, she ends up choosing to assist with this situation. However, she tries to go about it secretly, or as secretly as possible. But, unfortunately for her, somebody overhears her mumbling as she's trying to figure out exactly how to help as she strolls by. And because this person slightly overheard what she was mumbling, they end up dragging her out into the spotlight because they end up revealing that she is the one that assisted with the situation. And it is because of this that she earned some attention, not only from the individual that caught her, who is the one known as Jinshi, who oversees the inner palace, but she has also caught the attention of one of the 4 main concubines that are closest to the emperor, that concubine being Lady Gyokyo. And it is this lady who ends up bringing MaoMao in to her abode and making her one of her ladies-in-waiting, which is a huge promotion from MaoMao's original position. And of course, this garners her some attention, which she was trying to avoid. Oh well for her. But it is because of this kind concubine, Lady Gyokyo, that MaoMao's situation ends up becoming slightly better as a result. But despite that, she ends up being dragged into other little medical mysteries that arise within the palace. And, of course, she is going to assist because she can't really say no, because that could put not only her position at risk, but her life itself. So she ends up going along, assisting with these other medical issues that arise, but then a larger issue arises as the series progresses, involving one of the other 4 main concubines, Lady Li Hua. And it is because of this issue that the Emperor himself comes to MaoMao to ask her to assist with this issue that involves Lady Li Hua. And of course, since it is the Emperor himself asking, MaoMao has no choice but to accept. However, as she makes her way over to Lady Li Hua's residence and tries to assist with the issue at hand, she finds that her efforts are barred by Lady Li Hua's ladies-in-waiting. Now, at first, MaoMao doesn't really push against these other ladies-in-waiting and allows them to kind of push her around and do as they please. But it is once she finds out that one of these ladies-in-waiting have done something they shouldn't have, that MaoMao finally puts their foot down, which allows this issue to progress more down a positive avenue. However, after this issue is resolved, not only does MaoMao garner the attention of Lady Li Hua, as well as Jinshi and Lady Gyokyo, which now makes others around her more jealous, because she is gaining more and more attention from all these higher individuals. But that's not all. As the series continues on from the issues with Lady Li Hua, we end up with a few other little mysteries that arise, as well as getting little hints at something larger, maybe potentially a greater secret within the palace. But we don't start quite getting more of these until we meet Lady Li Shu. And it is because of meeting Lady Li Shu that we end up finding out some more of these larger secrets at hand, or at least we get hints at some of these more larger secrets at hand, because Li Shu's introduction also leads into the final of the 4 big concubines introductions, Lady Aduo. And it is between Lady Aduo and Lady Lishu, as well as some other individuals, and potentially more. And there's potentially a larger conspiracy at hand involving not only these people, but potentially many others, and maybe even the Emperor himself. But we don't know exactly for sure. And after meeting with Lady Lishu, MaoMao does her best to help Lady Lishu with her issues that she takes notice of. However, not all of Lady Lishu's issues is MaoMao able to assist with. Unfortunately, because she is under Lady Gyokyo's employ, so she can only do so much for another one of the big 4 concubines. However, she is able to at least get one person who is close to Lady Lishu to look out for her and assist her with the issues that MaoMao presents to them involving Lady Lishu herself. But the real fascination starts to come when we get to Lady Aduo. Now, Lady Aduo is rather fascinating. She seems to have the largest connection to what's really going on. There's something she says about her child that was supposedly lost that MaoMao catches during a conversation between her and the Lady Aduo. And she's like, why did she say that instead of this? Which puts in our minds that maybe whatever is going on with her potentially lost child isn't exactly what we think it is. And that this potentially lost child could be alive. But these are secrets that have yet to be actually uncovered. These are just questions we have, or potential hints at this being the case. Whether or not this is true about this child is yet to be determined. But I, for one, am quite excited to find out where exactly this story is going to go, involving not only this situation, but a few other pieces of potentially an even larger conspiracy going on that seem to be slowly presenting themselves as we continue. However, there is one thing that concerns me, and that is this military person we were recently introduced to, who seems to have their eye on MaoMao. Now, whether this is merely out of being intrigued by MaoMao herself, or if he has more sinister plans for our girl, has yet to be determined. Hopefully, he is merely curious about MaoMao and her skills, more than potentially more dastardly things he could be potentially plotting against her and those around her, or at least against her herself. Hopefully that is not the case. But in any case, let's all continue to enjoy this series as it progresses, and we will dive deeper into the spoilers as we get into the episodes from here on out, starting with episode 15, which, as of the recording of this video, will be releasing in about 2 days or so. And it is then that we will do a more deeper dive on what is going on in the individual episodes that air from here on out. With that, Mr. Howie, out.